It was hectic and busy. The experience in Argentina was a learning experience in more ways than one. Hi, my name is Darci Collison. I'm a sociology major here at Purdue-Fort Wayne.
And I'm Sherrie Marsh. I am also a sociology major at Purdue-Fort Wayne.
In Argentina, we were the assistants to Dr. Sherrie Steiner, who is the official rapporteur for that event. So we transcribed various sessions of dialogues that were taking place between religious leaders and philosophers of the world. We've learned about international travel, a little bit of, worldly travel, a little culture shock as you see, just different lifestyles of different countries, and then just being shoulder to shoulder with some of the most prestigious religious leaders of the world was a bit intimidating, but also very enlightening and thrilling.
We also figured out that we could push ourselves to a whole new limit that we weren't even really sure we were able to do, but we did it and we survived, and it was just a really rewarding experience from start to finish.
We learned that our fingers cannot move fast enough on a typewriter.
That's true.
We also learned, I think, that there's a lot of really great dialogues going on between different religions in the world, and they're doing really great things as far as humanitarian efforts and sustainability. And it was interesting to see them all coming together and talking about some of the major issues that we're facing in the world today.
One of the major plays in leading us to being able to work with Dr. Steiner was the fact that we were sociology majors, but on top of that, we were higher students within sociology, I would say, and we'd kind of worked with her in the past, so she was familiar with both Darci and I, and so we had a relationship established amongst ourselves and with Dr. Steiner. So I think all of those points kind of just added to like the perfect equation of being able to have this opportunity.
So you're in the city and you're in this culture of where you're seeing a lot of poverty and homeless people on the streets, and then you go to this event and you see all these elite, very well-to-do people discussing things like how to solve humanitarian issues. So it was just seeing both of the contrasting elements fed into each other, complemented and fed into each other very well. We were talking about some of the issues that I was physically seeing.
The cultural experience for me was very warming. You always kind of worry, are we going to be looked at as outsiders because we look different and we talk different than what they do, and that was just absolutely not the case for us. Everybody we met on the streets, they were willing to try to help us figure out where we were going with our little bit of Spanish and their little bit of English. We could just work with each other and, very easily form kind of like a working relationship to, buy the item we were needing to buy or find the building that we needed to find that day.
I learned a lot about communication and dialogue across the aisle, like from religion to religion, and I'm a little less religious, so between non-religious and religious actors and how that dynamic comes into play was brought to light at this event. And I'd say that's how it impacted my education, just to be more aware of my position in a given situation and in relation to everyone else around me, and just opening my mind a little bit to other perspectives.
I learned a lot of personal things about myself and about my abilities. And so at this point in the stage, you kind of wonder what you're going to be like in the professional field, because we're getting ready to enter that. We're almost graduated, we're moving on from the college scene. And I learned that I can be in a situation where maybe I'm a little uncomfortable or I feel a little out of the loop, but I can still bring that professional element that's necessary and be successful with it at the same time. And so that's really how my education benefited from it. Just learning what I can do, even if I think I can't. So.